Yeah. Maybe during Mutesa's regime, Mutesa the first, the owner of Kasubi tombs, is the one who invited the Europeans here, or Muzungu, we call you Muzungu. Any, from Europe, America, wherever we call you Muzungu. So in his regime, that's when we started seeing white people coming here, missionaries, explorers, colonists. So which means Mutesa was friendly to outsiders because they came in his regime. So when he died, his son Mwanga took over, Kabaka Mwanga. So Mwanga again never liked outsiders or Europeans. He was not in good terms with them. So he started fighting them until they arrested him and exiled him to an island called Seychelles, that side of Zanzibar, Indian Ocean. So by then, we remained without a king because he was exiled. And we have a belief we can't stay without a king. That's why we opted for his son, Daudi Chwa, who was 3 years old when he took over as a king. So his father died from exile and his body was buried here. So as we saw a picture of Daudi Chwa standing with Europeans. So which means also again he collaborated with the Europeans, as we saw in the picture. So which means it is Mutesa who invited the British or the Europeans. His son Mwanga again fought with them. Then his grandson, we saw him also collaborating with the British, like his grandfather Mutesa the first, that is Daudi Chwa. So when Daudi Chwa grew up, he died and he produced Mutesa the second. So again Mutesa the second also was not in good terms with the Europeans. So he started fighting with them, also chasing them away as he was seeking for our independence. So in the process also he was arrested, exiled. So by then also remained without king like for 3 years. Because he was arrested in 1952, then he was brought back in 1955. So in that period, we experienced a lot of protest here in Uganda. For example, Bagandans stopped growing coffee and cotton, which the British wanted. 2, they stopped bathing, so they were smelling for the Europeans. So it was like, these people. And also, they left their hairs to grow as a sign of a protest. Beards. You know, when you look at a man with a lot of beards, there's a way you look when you're, mostly for us black men, there's a way you look hungry, a tough man. So I think the Europeans started fearing until they talked to the European authorities, so they left Mutesa to come back here. So even in that book, I will show you a picture when he was coming back. He was welcomed at the airport. And when you look keen at that picture, you saw a lot of hair or every person was having. So it was a sign of a protest, as I told you. So when he came back, they reached an agreement with the British or our colonial masters. Then in 1962, we achieved our independence. So which means it is him who fought for Uganda's independence. Yeah, I think that is the story I want to tell you, to narrate to you about those kings, so that you know how they were in their regime. Of course, I told you Mutesa is down who invited the British. His son Mwanga fought them. Daudi Chwa also liked them. Mutesa too fought them. So it is like a historical whatever arrangement. Yeah. So I think that's what I can tell you about those kings.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
So this is the princess's compound. On the other side over there is the king's compound. The princess, one of the princesses, one of the king's sisters, would stay here as the royal advisor. And when the king was away, she could take over some of his duties. And so this was her main house right there. And this nice space right next to the king's palace. Yeah.
Okay. Alright, we're good.
Ready?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So this is the tree behind where we make this clothes from, back clothes. So how? Some people ask me how. You get the skin out, you put it down like this, then you start pounding it, it stretches, and you leave it to dry. So automatically that's how you get this color on top, down like this. So this clothes, it used, we used it as clothes, blankets, bed sheets, carpets. So before this one we are putting on, we put on this. These are first clothes here in Buganda. So we made it locally here. Then when this one came, we left it. But right now we are still using it for ceremonies, rituals like that. So for us, we go ahead and add value on it by painting our compositions. For example, we love animals. We love birds. That's a crested crane. These are elephants. So sometimes if you're interested in any, also we sell them to visitors back at home. You frame it, you put in a house. I think in America you paint on canvas. Yes. So here for us we opted for this. It is nice.
So
And
this is like your canvas?
Sorry?
So this is like the Bugandan canvas?
Yeah, Uganda we made it. It is our clothes. Before this one we're putting on, we used to dress this. You can have a sample of this. Yes. So this is
somewhere that we can buy it?
we sell them. We sell them to visitors. Before taking them to Kampala, this is where we make them from. Even Joseph used to come here and we make them with him this side. Yeah. So we sell them to our visitors. You frame it. Yeah, that's how we fold it. Thank you. Who taught you to do this?
Well, you were just rolling it
Okay.
up.
So we roll it like that, then we put it in the bag. You take it back at home, then you reach home, you unfold it, you frame it, you put it in your house. And interesting part of this cloth, after putting it in your house, as it ages, this part goes dark. The pictures becomes more brighter. Yes, it keep on changing with time. So the more the dark, the more the age. Yes.
This one is just there now for 10 years.
Yeah, like that one is old. No, 10 years.
Different from this. So when it grows, it changes.
So they are here for sale. If you're interested in any, you can pick any friendly place because we make them here, then we sell them to Kampala, to art shops. Yeah.